Unit 3, Conditional Sentences. Welcome to Unit number 3 of this grammar course. In this unit, we are going to explain about conditional sentences and everything they imply. So, let's get started. Class 1, Conditional Sentences. 0, first and second. Well, to start this class, first we need to know about what are conditional sentences. Conditional sentences are statements discussing known factors or hypothetical situations and their consequences. We use them to communicate that something is true or happens only if something else is true or happens. What are the different types of conditional sentences? There are 4 different types of conditional sentences in English. Each expresses a different degree of probability that a situation will occur or would have occurred under certain circumstances. They are 0 conditional sentences, first conditional sentences, second conditional sentence, third conditional sentences. Let's look at each of these types of conditional sentences in more detail. 0 conditional sentence. 0 conditional sentences express general truths, situations in which one thing always causes another. When you use a 0 conditional, you're talking about a general truth rather than a specific instance of something. Consider the following examples. If you don't brush your teeth, you get cavities. When people smoke cigarettes, their health suffers. There are a couple of things to take note of in the above sentences using the 0 conditional. First, when using the 0 conditional, the correct tense in both clauses is the simple present tense. A common mistake is to use the simple future tense. Like in this example. When people smoke cigarettes, their health will suffer. This sentence is incorrect. Second, notice that the words if and when can be used interchangeably in these 0 conditional sentences. This is because the outcome will be the same anytime the condition is in place. There's no difference in meaning for if and when. To communicate. In the following chart, you could see the structure of 0 conditional. First conditional sentences. First conditional sentences are used to express situations in which the outcome is likely, but not guaranteed, to happen in the future. Look at the example below. If you rest, you will feel better. Note that we use the simple present tense in the if clause and the simple future tense in the main clause, the clause that expresses the likely outcome. This is how we indicate that under a certain condition, as expressed in the if clause, a specific result will likely happen in the future. Examine some of the common mistakes people make using the first conditional structure. If you will rest, you will feel better. This sentence is incorrect because it used the simple future in both clauses. The correct form is like the first example above. In the following chart, you could see the structure of first conditional. Second conditional sentence. Second conditional sentences are useful for expressing outcomes that are completely unrealistic or will not likely happen in the future. Consider the examples below. If I inherited $1 billion, I would travel to the moon. If I owned a zoo, I might let people interact with the animals more. Notice that the correct way to structure second conditional sentences is to use the simple past tense in the if clause and a modal auxiliary verb in the main clause, the one that expresses the unrealistic or unlikely outcome. In the following chart, you could see the structure of second conditional. Well, so that this video is not so long, let's leave it here. In the next class we will explain about the third conditional, some exceptions and special cases among other things. See you in the next video.